So I think we're live. We're going to do a few things. So bear with me a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure that, that I have no volume, that there's no interference. I think we're good. So let me know if you can see me right now. Like I said, okay, perfect. I got you guys. So it's not that I'm ignoring you. Like as always, something has to happen, Technology is always amazing. So I'm just making sure that you guys can see me and making sure that everything is okay. So there you go. Hello, everyone. So like I said, let me know that you guys can see me. Okay, perfect. So I know Megan is on the other side today. And as always, technology, you might see me a little bit different than when a regular one is because I have to switch laptops like literally 2 minutes ago. Because again, life happened. But happy National Scrapbooking Day, everyone. I'm glad you guys are here. And we are going to quickly do a switch because everything is going to happen really fast. Remember, I work through streaming system, so it takes me 1 second. But welcome, everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying the day. I know that there's a lot happening, but I want to give you a few ideas with a project that I created with the sampler. And with what one of you guys is going to win once, I don't know how Megan is choosing the winner. I think it's from the comments, but there's a giveaway attached to this. So I worked already with what you're going to get, and I'm also work with some dice. So I know that there, like I said, there's a lot happening. So there's a lot of people that are going to find us after. As always, let us know where you're watching us from. I'm here in Toronto, Canada. Close to Catherine, not as close as I would like to, but I'm glad you guys are here. Welcome, everyone. We are gonna have fun. I'm gonna walk you through what I've done. I've done a lot of work ahead of time, but I'm gonna show you what it is. And I think you guys are gonna enjoy it because it has to do with color, it has to do with fun, and it's gonna have to do with a rainbow in a different version, in a Nathalie version. You guys know that tends to be a little bit different. So I'm gonna flip the camera, and then we are going to I'm going to show you what you're going to get. Remember, it takes one button for me. And there's a bit of a delay. So remember, whatever I'm showing you, what I'm looking at what is happening, it's a little bit different for what you guys are looking. So there's a delay. So here's what we're going to be working for. And this is part of what you're going to get too. It's some of the new collection by Paige Evans, and the name is Blooming Wild. So you're going to get the specialty paper, because it's the same thing that I'm working with, is what you're gonna get, the specialty paper. You will also get the chipboard flares, and these are nice. There's a little selection here. You will get the sticker book. You're also gonna get the charms, and these are nice. If usually we do mini books or anything like that, this will be great. You will get the chipboard stickers, the cardstock stickers, and there's some silver, holographic silver to them. It's a lot of color, which is always lovely. You're gonna see me slowly moving it through. So because I'm switching into a new, not a new phone, but I had to switch laptops, you might see that my camera is a little bit set up differently because not all laptops are made equal. So keep that in mind. And then you're gonna get a selection of paper, and you're gonna see that I got two. I don't know if it's I'm lucky one or you get two. I'm hoping you get two. So these are the B sides. Let me move stuff out of the table so you guys can see. Okay. So I'm gonna work it out the same way that I have them here. I organize them so you see the B side and you see the A side. So I'm gonna try to work it at the same time. So this is paper number 5. This is the A side. This is the B side. So you know what? I hear the volume here. Let me kill it completely. There you go. Then you're gonna get paper number 6, which is a rainbow. You're gonna see that I already start cutting this. And here's the B side. You're gonna get paper number 7, and you can see already, I've already gone at it, okay? And this is the B side. There's a colorful rainbow stripe. It looks like stitching. It's just beautiful. It's like chevron. Then you get paper number 8, which you have all these alphas. Okay, and it's all color. And the B side is this tone-on-tone floral, like blue with teal. Then you're gonna get this paper. You see already I've cut. paper number 9, and the B side is all those tags. There's a lot of tags to choose from. And then the last paper you're gonna get is paper number 10. Again, there's a stitching, and the B side happens to be this beautiful floral tone on tone. So we have them ready here. I'm gonna move the ones I'm working with, and these are the B sides. So like I said, this is your package. You're gonna get what I'm working with today. You're gonna get, not the dies. The dies that we're gonna use today all come from one of my favorite things. And if you guys have been to any of my lives before, then you guys know that I love the samplers and I love the sampler dies. One of my favorite things that Catherine has added are the dies. So I've choose quite a few of them. So let me move the stuff because I want to make sure that you guys can see all of this. So I have all of them. Some, so I have the word hello, lovely, love, enjoy. Don't ask me which month they come for. I went with these ones because they have the same kind of font, kind of a cursive, a little bit on the chunky side. So I chose this from the sampler. All these dies are from the sampler. So if I'm sure that Megan can add a link here, a sampler is the thing. I always say that, and it's the, it's my saying, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's a little package that keeps on giving, because this has so much potential, not just for card makers, but also for scrapbookers. And I'm going to show you how we're going to use this. And I'm also I remember that this hello or the love came in the same month, which is February last year, I believe, as this set of nesting dies, and they're like stitched. Okay, so all the dies that I'm using today are from the sampler, all of them. So again, you're gonna see I've already fussy cut some of my flowers. I've die cut all my hearts. I'm gonna show you what the idea is, and then we're gonna get working. Remember, I've done a lot of the work ahead. I'm gonna show you some tricks and techniques. It's gonna take you some time to get all of this set up. It took me a while to die cut and fussy cut because I'm crazy that way. But it's working. So let's start with my background. Paper number 5 from Pages Collection, sorry. The back of it is this beautiful rainbow grid. And it's so like delicate that I thought it was a perfect background. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim the branding bar. That's what I call it. I know there's different names, the UPC bar, they call it, I call it the branding bar. For some reason, it's always been the name for me. And I should have just, used my paper trimmer, but I have the scissors handy. And I don't want to bring anything else. Like I said, I think I'm not using anything besides what you're going to see right now. There's some extras, but okay, so let's get started. I have my 2 pictures, my daughter, and you're going to see that there's a lot of green behind it. So I am going to use the green behind it for my green layer of the rainbow. Okay, so bear with me. Like I said, my brain, if you guys have been to my sampler session, if not, make sure you come join us. We always do it on Facebook. I tend to come with ideas that sometimes I even think about it. Are they gonna work? And then when they finish, they are probably some of my most favorite projects. So I'm gonna make sure that it's all centered so you guys can see it. So I've gone ahead, like I said, and cut all my hearts. And you're gonna see, I'm gonna show you where I cut them from so you know, and save the negative pieces for it. So let's start with, I'm gonna move them to the side and then I'm gonna show you. There we go. So like I said, this one here came in a sampler. It's a nesting die, 2 hearts. I can't remember exact date. All I remember is that day the electricity went out of my place and I used my phone to record. So I know that it was like, some time ago. So I've gone ahead and cut my papers. Like I said, remember, I showed you. Out of the blue came from paper 9. I am using the blue part of it for one. Okay, and I'm gonna talk to you a little bit of what else we're gonna do. And then I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be my blue part of the rainbow. So you're gonna see that I'm also cut the same hearts out of white cardstock. I like double or stacking my die cuts. It just makes them a little bit sturdier, gives it a little bit of like dimension. So this is from paper number 9. And then I'm like, okay, this is the purple side. remember, this is going to be my green edge. So I'm like, okay, I need something that matches that purple side, that, the bluish side. So then I went into this paper, and if I'm not mistaken, this is paper number 6. The B side has this purple background, kind of a cornflower, okay? So I went and cut one of my hearts out of it, and then I cut it out of white cardstock, and I'm using 100-pound cardstock, so it's not super thick, but it's not super thin either. So it's just the perfect. It's going to give you a little bit of heft. That's what I call it. So you see where I'm going for, okay? So that's my like blue purple part of the rainbow, okay? Then what comes after when you look at a rainbow? So let's just take a look at a rainbow here. An idea. Usually you have like the blues and then you go like into the green. So I was thinking, green. I was like, oh, the photos are going to take part of that. So I'm going to take advantage of the green in the pictures because there's quite a bit of it to be my green, line. So then what comes after green is yellow. So I have my yellow paper here. And for the yellow, I cut it out of this paper. I cut a lot out of this paper. This is paper number 10, and it's like stitch strips. The B side happens to be an orange, yellow, pink, coral, like tone-on-tone floral. So a lot of the pieces came from here. So I went and cut the B side, and I cut my yellow. Again, like I said, I cut also some, white cardstock out of it so I can like layer it. And I could have gone this way too, but of course not. I'm going to go with yellow. And remember when I always talk about, if you have like, I'm talking like you've seen you before, because, I see you pretty much every month. I always talk about like, combining patterns and solids. You're going to see that I tend to use a lot of what it's a pattern on one side, and next to it, I will put something that reads more as a solid. The reason is because if you have a lot of patterns, it just gets lost. That's why usually when you see like a cut file or even a die cut from the store, it has a wide offset, and that's just to create a little bit of separation. So again, this one is from the A side of the same paper, paper 10. So you see how I'm creating my rainbow, and I'm setting up my layout at the same time. So just so you see it. Okay. There we go, we're looking at it. And then my last color of the rainbow, I'm not doing this in part, it has to be pink. And again, I went with the same paper, like I said, just in case I save the negative pieces, so I won't forget. And then I have them here. Okay, so I have some pink, bringing some of the orange from the top. Again, I'm backing them back, I'm backing them with some cardstock. And then this one here is actually, I'm not gonna say, it's from paper number 9. I am using one of the tags. You're gonna see that I was careful not to, because I can use that as kind of like, what would you call it? Like to help me with the cluster. So I cut the part that I know that I wouldn't use. I probably most likely just stack, like stuff it underneath a picture. So I just was careful, cut it. And then I have my lines. And then because I already have lines going horizontally here, I decided to use my die and cut the lines vertically. So there'll be like some difference between the patterns. I'm gonna go ahead and back this here. And I have my hearts. See, not set on stone yet. Now, to bring more of the green, I actually going to take advantage of some of the tags here. And let me just clean up because, I have a magical table that likes to eat things when I'm not clean, like, when I'm becoming messy, and then I'm like, oh, where did everything go? And I don't want it to be like that. Just because I want to bring some more of that green, I'm actually going to take advantage of the tags here. And I didn't cut that ahead of time, so we're going to do it together. Of course, if I can just get my scissors to work. And I'm doing that, remember, the pictures that have a lot of greenery, this is my daughter, we went for a walk, we live in Toronto. Our building, it faces the Humber River. So we actually have a path, like a river path behind our apartment, and we take walks. So it just happens like, this is the spring of 2015, I believe. And I just took some pictures. As when my kids are like, want to help and they want to smile, you take advantage of that. I have one of the green tags. I'm going to pull out the other one here. Okay, so just be careful because you want to take advantage of all your tags. I could go ahead and let's do the damage this way. And I'm not going to be like, cutting the curls, the curvature down here, because I know that I'm going to use it as a layer behind my picture. Remember, this is going to become my greenish rainbow stripe. Okay, so I'm not being careful now. I'm just going to take it off the paper. And once I have it out, then I'll take my time detailing it. So I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm sure you guys saw Becky's project in the morning. You've seen Megan. I was busy watching like here and there, and also like jumping around, fussy cutting things, die cutting things, because I was like, oh, we got to get this going. And I had an idea since the papers arrived, a few weeks ago. I already seen it. I was like, oh, rainbow. So, and you guys know that, like, I always say my color combination is black and white with a touch of rainbow. And I don't have black and white today. Well, I'm wearing black as always. But, I actually put color pictures on purpose so that I can use them as part of my layout. So I'm just cutting this. Like I said, I want the top of it to be detailed. I don't want the bottom, I don't mind the bottom. So I'm going to reach in here. Where did I put it? Move stuff around. So I'm going to go ahead and, punch the hole. There we go. And I'll do the same here. And I have it ready. So I'm going to go ahead and back my pictures. So I know where everything's going to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and, there we go. And one thing I'm going to do is the same thing I did before. It's add a little bit of, maybe hear me twice because I went far. 2 steps. I'm going to add a little bit of chipboard behind my pictures. I want to give it a little bit of height. I want it to pop from the layout a bit. So I like using chipboard. This is the one that, think of it, the one that comes in the back of your paper pads. I keep the ones that the papers come, when you buy something online, the papers sometimes come with a piece of chipboard behind it. I like to save that to use as layers. You can use foam if it's completely up to you. I want to give it a little bit of height, not tons, but enough that the pictures are going to be like, popping from the page a bit. And I know some of you guys are like, oh, I don't like dimension, that's okay. You can go ahead and just add it flat to your page. It's not going to affect it. Again, this is personal choice. So here we go. Yeah, wait, I'm not like, so let's now that we know where everything's going to sit, let's just going to go ahead and make sure that, we make this pop a little bit more. So I know this is going to stay here. I know that much. So it's just a matter of setting up. And the grade on the page, on the paper, sorry, is not like straight lines. It's a little bit on the crooked, like there's a little bit of movement. So I'm not going to use it as a guide for like, where everything is going to place. I know that I want pretty much my hearts to go on a vertical line, maybe a little bit zigzagging. Remember, ish is the word. And then I want my pictures to go this way. So with the junction of the vertical with the horizontal design, that's going to be the focus of this layout. And that's where my pictures are going to sit. So a little bit of design there for you. Okay. I know that I'm going to give a little bit of space there. So let's just start setting this up. I'm going to move this heart higher. Remember, this is going to sit a little bit of an offset. I don't want it to be, because one is going to sit higher than the other one. That much I know. So I'm kind of liking that. I want the green to be like, remember, this is why I'm adding green here, so that it actually heightens that color. And you can do this with, my pictures are 3x4, by the way. Nothing, you can go with a 4x6, you can go with a 4x6 vertical, you can go with different sizes. I usually bring extra pictures to show you, but remember, time today is, when we have more time, we'll talk about this. How about that? Okay, for today, let's say 2 3x4s, you can use 4x6s. That's okay. Just be mindful that we're still gonna add more to this. Okay, so keep that in mind. I want some of my yellow to start like kind of coming off right there. So remember, I haven't glued everything yet, so I'm just setting everything up now. Like I said, remember, still gonna use more dyes on this. So, and then I want this pink one. So this one is gonna go higher. I want my pink, kind of remember, I want to leave a little bit of space down here. So here we go. That is how I think it's going to set up here. This heart's going to sit lower. This heart might go a little bit higher to touch here a little bit. And this heart. So I like this formation. You already see I have my rainbow on my page. But of course, I'm not happy. There's like, I'm using already 2 dyes. I'm going to use more. Come in the words. And one of the things you have to keep in mind from the collection is that this collection has accents of silver. I don't know if you can see it. The light might be tricky here. So let me get the plastic. There's like a holographic silver. So I went and actually used, cut the die cuts out of 2 types of silver paper. And I cut out of cardstock too, because of course we gotta do extras. So I have it out of mirror paper. This is from Tonic. And I have it from brush silver, which is kind of a matte from Altenew. So I have them here, all my words. And my idea is, I have it like, I'm gonna use the black, and I cut them also twice from white cardstock. So hello, I'm gonna build my title within the design. Hello, of course, lovely. Lovely, we might use the word girl, I don't know, but I like this. We might have to push this down a little bit more because I want some space at the top and the bottom. If you guys hear me go quiet, it's not that, I'm going quiet because you guys know I can talk. Just that I'm, working on the design. And then the word love. So I'm just putting the white part so you see what, I'm doing. We're going to glue it, all of this together. Hello, lovely. Love. And I wanted the word you. So I went into the entire, my little library of dyes from the sampler. And I was like, I cannot find a word you that matches this. So I was like, of course, this is me, my brain, the way it works. I'm like, oh, how about, and I'm like, oh, I see, this is the word enjoy. I'm like, can make the word you out of that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the word enjoy to cut you. Okay. So now we're going to set that. I just want to make sure that I know which one. And that way I'm going to help you. I'm going to need your help with choosing which color we're going to use, for this. I don't know if I want it matte. It doesn't pop as much. I really like the shiny one. I like the shiny one. And actually, it's not silver. Let me tell you what color it is. Okay, there you go. It's champagne gold. You guys can see it? So there's a little bit of yellow to it. That's probably why I like it. I like gold. So let's go ahead and glue this in place. Yeah. And I've cut 2 of the same. I'm not using the shadows. All the dyes from Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine from the sampler actually have a shadow to them or an offset. You're going to see them here. I am not using the offset. I am just using the words. Okay, so let's go at it. I should have done this while I was cutting, but I was busy week, guys. Okay. Remember, I work from home. So there is, plus I'm a housewife and a mom. And like, I was telling my husband last week, and you guys are going to laugh because, it might sound funny to you, but it's true. Last Saturday, it was 23 years that we're together, since we got married. I told my husband, I should be decorated every year. Every anniversary, I should have like a decoration coming, like a medal or something, You see how I'm going? So I'm going to build this up before we once we have everything set up, then we just glue everything together. Because it is not easy to be, a mom. You guys know, if you're blessed to be a mother, then you guys know it's not easy. If you're blessed to have your partner, with you, then you guys know that it's even harder to be, because they become your friend, they become your companion, they become your children, it's like having a big baby. And then of course you have, and then of course we have a dog, just to add to the loveliness, so I'm a mother of 3, including the dog, and a wife/mom of 1, so I do need to be, decorated every year. On our anniversary, it should be every day, to be honest with you. So it does take a lot of time, so, but it's nice. So you see how the silver, the shiny looks much better here? I think the matte is just, it gets lost. I think the shiny is always nicer. And you might not appreciate it on camera because it's hard to read, but you can see the shine, okay? Especially because you have that holographic look on your pages, or on the stickers. So you want to get something to match that. And it's a title anyways. You want it to pop from the background. So all I'm doing is gluing this together. And like I said, I cut this out of white cardstock using the same die. My cardstock that I'm using, just in case you're curious, is 100-pound Hammermill cover stock. Is the one that I use for foiling, is the one that I use for my cards. I love it. You know, I know that Catherine also has cardstock in the shop. The SCT shop, there is a cardstock. I have some, I think I ran out of it, but it's actually pretty. It works really nice for card bases in case you're looking for a nice cardstock. I used to have that, but I ran out of it. But I use this one for foiling. So it works great. So now let's work on the word you. Remember, like I said, trust me, I pull out every single die. So I'm going to start by cutting off the EN. I'm going to cut the part of the end here. Let's see. Okay. What do you see already? The enjoy went to, I'm not cutting joy. I'm cutting like yoy. Okay. So it's not going to be like a perfect cut, but it's going to do for what we need. Okay. So I'm all about making things work for you. Okay. So that's kind of what my saying. Don't get like, a lot of, and that goes for me too, like stress about like, oh, the die cut doesn't fit. Die cuts are all standard. You are the one that have to make it fit for you. So that's what I'm doing, okay? So now the enjoy went to you, okay? So I'm gonna use that as kind of my template to glue the other one. And that's why I didn't do it ahead of time, because I knew people are gonna, you guys are gonna ask me, how did you do it? You saw me doing it right now. And I'm going to do it again for you. So don't worry about it. Okay. So the word enjoy, you're going to go ahead and cut it so you guys can see it. Don't cut the end. Cut this part of the end. Like, when it starts curving back up, that's when you're going to cut it right there. And that becomes yoy. Okay. And then you're going to trim the curlicue of the Y so that it works for you. So kind of create the curvature of the U. It's not going to be perfect because the die was not designed to read you. It was designed to read, enjoy. But let's talk about making it work for you. Yeah. So remember, I cut it. It's not going to be perfect, but we are going to work it. Okay. So I have the word here. We're going to trim the X's. So this is the part that's going to take you a little bit longer. Okay. Again, one last time. Take away the end part here. I'm sure the card makers are going, sacrilege, what are you doing? Sorry, guys, but I like things to work for me, I think that it's great to have 10,001 dice. Trust me, I have them, okay? My husband is probably going, thankfully she accepts it. No, I have them. I work for card making companies. I have 20,000 of them. But why not make it work for you? So again, I'm gonna cut the part here, make it work for you. Remember, I always say that, and if you guys have it's the first time seeing me live, then, welcome. My name is Nathalie DeSousa. If you guys have seen me before, I do a monthly session live in the Facebook, in the sampler Facebook page. I like to literally create the page from scratch live. Yes, I'm a little bit nuts on that. And I lost the cover of my little bottle. Somewhere here is a little pin. If you see it, yell it out. Because like I said, I mentioned it to you guys before. My table is magical. So there we go. And now it's gonna drive me insane because, oh, there we go. I told you. Table tends to be magical. There we go. So these ones here that I cut out of the matte cardstock will be used in a different session. So there you go. Let's move the stuff out of the way. The stuff that we don't need. So see my titles there. Okay, we're doing fine right now. I'm looking at the time. We're perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and glue this in place. That's it. It's gonna take you, I'm being honest, it's gonna take you a little bit of time to create this outside of the camera. It took me some time, but once you have it all done, assembling this is gonna take you no time. So I'm gonna use the grid on my background to help me kind of center this. 12, so around 9 or so. Leave around ½ inch from the top. The grid on the paper, it's a little bit on the, there's like, it's wavy lines that make it up, but it will work. And a little bit of that, I want it higher. And the word hello is gonna sit there. Let's go ahead and commit to this. So here we go, the first one. I want a little bit of the green showing. There we go. So I know that some of you are just finding us right now, and that's okay. This is being recorded. Everything that you guys are watching right now is being recorded because I know there's a lot happening. So in case you missed something or you're late, don't worry about it. You can watch it later. You can watch it at any time, actually. And then, if you create, things based on this, make sure you tag us. I always love to see what you guys create with my crazy ideas. Because let's be honest, they're sometimes a little bit on, out there. But like I said, some of the projects that I created in the live sessions are probably some of my favorite. I've come to realize, I think we were talking about it this week, that I don't love, that's the wrong word, but that I work great in last minute projects. It's a gift, guys, it's a gift. So here we go, we have my 2 pictures. I move them a little bit lower. Whenever I glue something, I never press until I'm completely sure where everything is gonna sit. I might need my ruler for this to make sure that my pictures are straight, because a little bit of OCD when it comes to that. See, now I know where it's gonna sit. Press. I want to make sure that this one is straight. Yeah, I'm gonna tuck this underneath here. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it there in place. And I'm gonna secure it lightly. I'll come and secure it like, with not stronger tape, but with more tape outside of the live. I do that all the time, just because I know that your time is valuable. I don't want to have you here for the entire day. So I'm gonna go ahead. And I'm sure it's boring to see me glue stuff. So I'm just going ahead and gluing my hearts. A little bit higher. Just making sure that maybe they can lower a little bit more. So see, I keep playing with this. A bit lower. Again, rulers to make sure. There we go. I want to give it some breathing space in between the hearts too. It's not too tight. I like that. And this heart's going to be there. So let's tie the lovely, because I know the lovely is going to sit there. So I'm going to add, and you're going to see that I'm going to add glue just to the center parts of the letter. Here we go. Okay. The pin is there. I don't want to lose it. Hello, lovely. And you're going to see that I've kind of created my big hearts. Other ones that are zigzagging. I don't want everything, like, I don't want all the big hearts in one single place. I'm not going to zigzag them. You're going to see that I'm going to move this heart a little bit. Okay. Here we go. I know that one's going to sit there. I want the hello to sit right there. Again, I'm going to add glue to just some of the letters. I'll secure the rest outside of the camera, maybe with some foam adhesive. Again, don't want to bore you with that little detail during the live. So here we go. Don't move. Please don't move. There we go. And then let's secure these ones. Pretty much the same level as this one. So I'm going to use my ruler to kind of help me with that. Doesn't have to be like completely, but ish. You remember, ish is the word of, like, the times. Of course, I have to drop it. Let's fix this. Sorry, guys. Clumsy hands. Okay, so let's move it a bit higher. A little bit here. There we go. And now on this one too. Let's see, it kind of gives me the same, around the same age. So love and the part of the enjoy that you transform into you. Okay. And like I said, the reason that I chose these, like, you know, these dies is because they kind of have the same font, like scripty, but on the chunky side. So they read nicely on top of the hearts without taking away from the hearts. So a little bit of madness to the project. Okay, so let's go at it here. And the word you, we're gonna glue it right here. Let's see a little bit of glue sticking out. And it's okay if it sticks outside of the heart. I don't mind it. Okay, so we have our bases. Now it's all about embellishing this. For that, my favorite word, and the one that you guys are gonna be probably like, you know, yelling at me or probably yelling, fussy cut flowers. Okay. So once again, be kind of, I cut, I'm gonna say probably a quarter of the page, if not more. So here's what I cut. This is paper number 7. This is pretty much how much of it I have cut. So this is what I was watching somebody live today in the morning. I was like, oh, I'm gonna cut some. She's wearing like kind of like that deep red. So I want to get some, but I want to also make sure that I work with the colors in that line. So I know that I'm going to get some of those dark purples up here. And I want it kind of right there. Yeah. So by the word, without like, you know, you have to make sure that when you place it, the word doesn't disappear. So I'm making sure of that. So I'm going to play with some of this. I want it right there. So I'm just going to place that. I might not glue it. I might do it outside of the camera, but I want something that has, you know, give it some oomph. So underneath the heart, remember, I never glue my hearts like right to the edges. I always put the tape right only on the center of the die cut so that I can tuck things underneath. So that's what I'm doing right there. So that's going to be, you know, it's going to take care of this side of things. It's going to cascade it. Remember, think of zigzag. So the next one is going to be right here. Okay. You got to give your page some movement. You got to, like, you know, look at what you're doing. So there's some pink. So I'm going to choose this one here. I'm going to tuck it. I don't want to hide the heart, but I do want to help myself, like, you know, to embellish the entire page. So I like that there. And I'm not going to glue it there. A little bit of foam adhesive is going to go behind some of these pieces. Because remember, I'm, you know, like I said, we have a busy schedule. And I want to make sure that you guys see what I'm creating before I say goodbye to you guys too anyways. And I'm going to tuck a little bit underneath the heart. So I'm kind of following this little thing. So the ones that are like right at the edge of the page, I still cut them and I'm going to tuck it underneath here. So you're going to see that, like, you know, I don't throw stuff. Just in case you're wondering, I don't. I keep a lot of stuff, which is not a good thing. So here we go. We're going to get a little bit more here. Maybe it kind of bring some of that there, more pink. So here's where we're going to go with a little bit of some green. We're going to kind of work this out. Remember, we're going zigzag. So, but I have all this base to cover. So I'm going to bring some blue on this side. And you just play with the die cuts. A little bit of this one here. Okay, so more of that blue that I have down there over here. So you see how that's working? Still haven't even gone into the stuff there. So I'm just going to add a few more, not a lot. I know that I need something over here. So let's look into this. I want the bigger cluster to be like on the side that is going to drive the zigzag, and then the smaller one just, you know, as a companion. That's the best way to describe it. So here, I need to pump this a little bit more. I'm just looking for pieces that I have. Like I said, the edges, it's good to tack underneath and like make your cluster a little bit bigger. So there we go. So now for this, get some ribbon. It's not ribbon, it's twine. It's just white twine here. See, we're almost done, guys. Like I said, a lot of the work I did outside of the camera. This one, I need to pump more of that green and I want to bring the florals in it. So I'm going to use the charms here. And we're going to pray that my idea works. It will work. It always works. Okay. So I'm going to take this out. Just be careful. I just realized that I have to be careful when I do this. Okay, so kind of. Okay, there we go. I'm going to be careful when I pop this out. So, see, this is the part that I didn't want to do it ahead of time because then I knew that you guys want to see what the price is. And I'm thinking now I should have done it ahead of time. Okay, there we go. I'm careful just to, I want some green here. So I want to pull out, you see they're coming apart. So I'm going to tuck them here just in case. They're going to be used, don't worry. So I want to pull out green and blue for the one up here because it's closer to this area. And I want some kind of this yellowy green, and I'm actually going to get some of this pink down here. So the rest I'm going to put it there. Okay, so let's get the string. And you're going to need very little more after this, like as in embellishments, because you're doing a lot of the work ahead. So I'm going to pull one of this, loop it through. Hopefully my idea works. It's going to. Don't worry. Okay, here we go. We're going to put this through my little edge here. If I go quiet, it's not because, you know, just because I'm trying to work at the same time. Stuck. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that it's even here. Oh, there we go. And then just sit there. Some glue is going to help that stay. And this, I can either loop it, or actually, let's just do what I was saying. Let's tie it. I want to see what it looks like if I tie it. Sorry, guys. Chubby fingers doing this work is not making all these dainty things. Sometimes it's not the greatest thing. Oh my God. You know when you're in a rush and it doesn't work? But I did. Let's move this here. Let's pull out a little bit here. Okay. Let's clean up the bow. There we go. You see, that was my idea. This might require some glue up there after, but I'm going to move them a bit. So I have my little flowers there. I'm going to do the same on the other side, maybe a little bit different, now that I know what it looks like. I'm going to get one and the other one. Here we go. In here, secure it this way. And this one here, I'm not going to tie. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just leave it loose like that. It will require some glue anyway, so I'm going to show you. Just a dot of glue, press it, keep your finger there for 1 second, and it's in place. So there we go. And then to move them, I'm just going to add a little drop of glue down there. Then I'm going to move it a bit higher. Then just help it with a dot of glue. There we go. Same thing here. Little dot of glue there for the one, and a little bit of dot of glue for that one there. Hopefully they won't move. So I'm going to press that there just to make sure it doesn't move. Keep it in place. So how are we doing? Okay. Now let's add a few more stickers because, like I said, you're not going to need much. Honestly, you're not going to need much, but we have them. Why not use them? Okay. So I know that I want a little heart. I know this heart. Let's just go stay kind of on the pink side. So right there. Maybe up here. I like that there. And this happy day. You kind of want it right there. Let me see. How about if we add it? Trying to see. I like it there better. So remember, I haven't glued this yet. This will be glued outside of the camera. I like that there. Yes, I like the heart there. So because I have that, I need to add something down here. I have the cardstock stickers. And I'm reaching underneath the camera, I'm sorry. I want to get something that's going to bring me some of that orange at the bottom. Let's take a look at what we have. And like I said, everything that I'm using, if you're the winner, you will get in your, you will get to, you are sunshine. I like this. Again, I'm following that look. And love you. Let's find something here. Let's look in the cardstock stickers. No, oh, I like this one here. Because I can put it down here. It follows that strip of paper. I like that. Let's add a little bit more of the silver look to it. One here. There's another one here. Got it over here. Oh, kind of stuck to my nail. Just to, kind of tie it all together. So we're gonna need another one up there. Trying to see a small one. Okay. And then one thing that I love, I don't like birds, so don't get too happy on that. Butterflies. Do I need the butterfly? I need one here just to fill up the space. Okay. And that's it. You guys? Not bad. Okay. And if I can do it, you guys can do it too. Okay. Okay. This is like coming apart. But I'm not like, I'm going to carefully lift it up. I'm sure you can see the whole thing right there. Okay. But you're going to see there's a lot of shine on those letters. Okay. And all you need, if you don't have the sampler dies, which is okay, then use like 2 nesting hearts, different sizes. And you want to make sure you get like the same look for your title. Think of it as a compound title. My pictures, they're not getting lost because I'm using them as part of my layout. And then if I want to add my lines of journal, I'll probably add a few here and a few here. But I want it to stay right in the center. I don't want to add extra like to the sides. Okay, and you see, I haven't used cardstock. No white cardstock, is all pattern paper. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm gonna flip the camera. I'm gonna let you look at it for one more second. Where are the dies? I'll show you where my dies are. I think Catherine has them on sale too in this scrapbook and card today shop. So you can find them. They are the dies that come in each of the samplers. I'm blessed that I have pretty much all of them. Okay, so I have them here. I know that Catherine does sell them separately, so you can find them in the shop. But that's what I use. And I'm gonna flip the camera so I can see you. Where's my little, like I said, remember, I work with 2 sections here. Flip it. So here we go. Okay, there you go. There you go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Megan, for being the moderator. I know that you guys are off to see somebody else exciting. Be sure to come back. We still have more to go today. So and make sure to comment. Remember, somebody will win all the stuff that I used today. Know what I used. A kit for your own by commenting. So there'll be a winner, and then you can do all of this again. And like I said, if you're watching on replay, remember this is recording. You can come back and see it anytime. If you have any questions, don't forget to tag me and let me know, and I'll help you. As always, thank you. Happy International Scrapbooking Day, and I will see you soon, guys. Take care.